Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 3 with a challenge, and quite a scary challenge at that, as every car in this grid is in C-Class. However, it must have over 1,000 horsepower and must be rear-wheel drive. So we have well over 10,000 horsepower sat ready to go racing here. There are a couple of oddities, this being chief among them. A Mark 1 MX-5, wasn't expecting that to be able to get 1,000 horsepower. It can, although it has got some rather diddy tyres, as does the Chevrolet next to it. There are some cars with some bigger tyres and some very much bigger wings. I've gone for a Bel Air because I wanted humongous tyres on the back of the Chevy. We have also got a van and a rear-wheel drive FJ Cruiser that could actually be quite good at this, possibly with its more off-road orientated tyres to begin with. And of course, we're not going to be racing these vehicles in sensible locations. Oh no. We're going to be taking these to the nastiest off-road tracks and the tightest street circuits that I can find for them to deal with and try and not die, basically. That is the aim of the game. Is that going to happen? Yeah, probably not. We're going to set this up for C-Class cars. We'll go for 6 laps. This is a really relatively short cross-country circuit. However, it is a really challenging one at that, especially for cars this quick. I'm hoping my Bel Air will be good. Don't really know. Well, normally I am at this point hoping that I will find myself starting at the front of the grid. I think for this race, I want to be at the back. Thank you, game. For the first time ever, I am happy with starting last, because I'm not sure I really want to be in the chaos that is going to happen at turn 1, although admittedly I would have liked to have not been starting on quite as much of a hill. It is a very good start, though, from the Bel Air as the muscle car up ahead very, very sideways from him. I'm stuck on the outside. We're trying to go a very, very long way around turn 1, and we're going to run out of space. And there's going to be no space for that manoeuvre. Unfortunately, had a good start, just couldn't really use it. Now, we come up towards a big jump for these ludicrously powerful cars. Something's already fallen off the ramp. I didn't see what it was. Something had a really bad day. Fell off the side of the ramp. I think it was a Mercedes, the 280. But there we go. Oh, it's almost 3 cars wide across the grass we go. Very, very sideways car on the inside. That's going to put me up into 4th place. The Toyota is going not quite for a spin. Well, oh no, he has gone for a spin. I was about to say well held, but nope, he did go for a spin in that one there. The Vandura's up in 2nd place. We're 7 seconds down on the leader. I'm not sure that is due to car performance. I definitely think starting on the front 2 rows here is quite useful when you don't have that tremendous hill to be climbing up. See if we can make some ground. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do much about the Daytona. I will be honest, that Daytona is looking pretty good here, although having said that, he's had a spin on the landing of the jump and fallen back to 2nd place. So maybe we can be in the hunt here for a possible victory. As already they're trying to fight back against the Vandura. I am very, very keen to do what I can here to get involved, represent the Chevrolets. I do end up finding myself driving Chevrolets a lot in videos. I personally tend to be more of a Dodge person when it comes to muscle cars. However, it just so happened with builds and so on, I end up choosing Chevrolet. I went for the Bel Air simply because I could get 3, 4, 5s on the rear tyres, which is going to be useful in terms of power delivery, and it was a little bit heavier. Now, I wanted my car to be a little bit heavier for that bit more stability, and it's working pretty well. It actually does handle very, very nicely around here. There is a great battle going on at the front here over the lead of Vandura versus a Daytona. And the Bel Air is coming to join in the crazy, crazy fun. The MX-5 is actually up into 4th place, which is a damn good showing from... I say the most unsuitable, perhaps the most unlikely of cars in this group. It really does look out of place amongst all of these other monsters here. We have found a way past the Bandura to move ourselves up into second place, but am I going to be able to find a way past the Dodge? I'm going for some short shifting. Oh, the van rolled! I just caught that in the rearview mirror. The van clipped the jump, and that sent him for a tumble. It is surprisingly easily done on this course. I'm trying to keep my car out of the water. I'm not sure that tighter line is any good there, though. I'm not sure that is really working for me. It does work in some cars, but I kind of feel like oh, that Daytona's really struggling on the landing of the jump. It's losing so much time there. We're going to try and find a way up the inside. Not quite going to be working. Everyone is preferring this outside line. It's partly because our cars just simply don't turn that we're taking the outside line. Also, it is a slightly smoother run if you go on the outside line. You don't get bounced around as much. We've got a couple more laps to go. Am I going to be able to find a way to fire past the Daytona, not into this final sort of corner? It's not quite going to work. I don't want to follow the Bandura, but equally I do still want to take a relatively tight line to that jump. We don't want to be wasting any more time than we have to. It's not seeming to work on the inside down here. I'm going to take the wider route, even if it does involve a little bit more through the water. You kind of hope you can get a faster run out the other side. Not had a very good first section. Not a very good first section at all, but then I can just gain so much time on the Daytona on that landing, although not as much this time around. I am trying keeping this car in third gear. Oh, Daytona ran very wide. I think he just got the checkpoint. Yes, he did, because he's still alongside. Basically, Daytona's really good at the first sector of this race. I'm really good at the second sector, or second half of the lap. That's quite interesting how these two cars, completely and utterly unsuitable builds and crazy, crazy monstrosities, have ended up evening themselves out in completely different parts of the lap. Now, if we can fend off through this opening corner, the Daytona is fighting back on that inside line. I'm going to try and force him to take an inopportune line through the tunnel. I don't think it's going to... Oh, it is going to bother him a little bit. That's good news. Now, Belair, you have been so good. You have been so good through this final sector. Please continue that on this lap around. We've not really got any steering through that corner. They don't really turn these cars. Certainly, I've got huge rear tyres. I didn't have the PI to upgrade the front tyres, so we've got tiny front tyres. I'm happy with having it that way round. I would rather have tremendous understeer and hope to quell some of the lunatic oversteer that this car wants to be doing. I have braked very early, but I'm just trying to be neat. Just be neat and tidy through these final corners. I didn't roll it on the log pile. It's across the line, and victory will go to the Bel Air. Look at that fastest lap. But that was a monstrous lap in the middle of that somewhere. Actually, really close lap time-wise for a lot of the cars, if you ignore my stupid one. I don't know how I did that. Mercedes claws his way up into third, despite an awful opening. I'm pretty sure it was Mercedes anyway that got stuck on the rocks. The Bandura finishes fourth. Good showing from the van, ahead of the Nova MX-5. Will not quite finish, but will be in, will not cross the line, but will be in sixth, ahead of the FJ, Chevelle, and the Ford Camaro down at the bottom. Oh, well, if all of these races can be as exciting as that one, I think we are in for a treat with these cars. Our next race will take us to the Headland circuit. This is an all-tarmac track, and a circuit that I absolutely love. However, it tends to be best in the grippier vehicles. And we don't have them. We don't have grippy cars. Oh, and it's raining as well, just because I'm extra super mean. Yeah, this thing gets off the line so well. Those massive rear tyres are really helping it launch. I think it might actually be the fastest starting of the lot of them. Now, last race I was doing a fair bit of short shifting using third gear. Third gear in this is a pretty good gear in terms of going. Oh, there is no brakes, there's very little turning, and then much noise and acceleration. And the Mercedes has gone somewhere. I don't know where it is anymore. Oh, bloody hell. I'm just looking in the rearview mirror. Everyone's going to find the fence except for the Daytona. Yeah, I thought that corner, this next one here as well, will probably not be pleasant. I think the Daytona is a bit better on the tarmac, you know. I don't know if I can hold him off for 5 laps around this circuit. On the dirt, maybe my traction is a good leveler. Here, I don't think I can carry the corner speed of the Dodge. I shall, though, try and make the world's widest Bel Air. If I did it with the GTO, and maybe I can do the same with this. I suspect I'm too likely to bin it in a wall somewhere for that to work. I'm about to bin it in the wall right there. I've just not got the grip to fight with the Daytona. Oh, I'm going to put him in the fence. I think he might have backed out of that. Either that or he ran out of grip himself. I apologise. There is no turning. There is no turning at all. I am glad that it is understeer that I am fighting with, not oversteer in this car. However, there is absolutely no turning. We are going to have to this is going to have to be an absolute masterclass in defending if I can pull this off. In fact, if I can pull this off for 4 laps, I would be quite impressed. The fact that we are still in the lead now is not bad going. Now, try and really... I've got to park it on the apex better than that because he's going to try and get underneath me. Use the traction of the Bel Air to get off the corner. Well, that is my hope here. But, of course, he's got as much power as me. Try to give him space on the inside, but I really have to turn because otherwise going around the outside in this boat is really not going to work. I mean, a boat would probably be quite useful in these conditions, quite frankly. Oh, keep it to the inside of this next corner. Don't give the Daytona a gap. Make him go the long way round because I don't know if he's got enough grip to do that. I'm going to keep parking it on the inside. I think he's just going to turn tighter than me and get the nose up alongside, and that will get the move done because I just don't think I've got the grip to make this work. We are miles quicker than the rest of the field at the moment. We are absolutely flying out front here, but that Dodge is definitely the better car here on the tarmac. I've carried too much speed into there. I can't get turned, but again, I am able to just park my car on the apex once more. The Dodge has more grip, but it doesn't have enough to make an outside pass work, and I am playing it risky. I can't carry the speed up here. Well, we have made it to the end of lap 3, which I think is pretty good going in this vehicle to still be in the lead. He's going to get it done here, though. He's around the outside of turn 1, going to be on the inside for turn 2. Can I throw it up the inside of 3? Well, we can try. It's a big oversteer moment from the Dodge. I can't quite make it stick. Oh, the Dodge is still struggling with an oversteer moment all the way down towards this next corner. I think he's clear, though, because he will be quicker up over the top of this hill. It's got to go bravery now from me, and to be fair, I haven't really got much to lose on this one. The Dodge is out a little bit wide. Here we go. We might have to really... No, I can't do it. I just can't take the speed here. We're going to end up in the trees. They're not destructible ones. Oh, get going, get out of those trees. We had such a humongous gap back to the cars behind. Yeah, we had a 9-second gap. There is third now behind me. Yeah, but my one chance was with the Daytona sliding. If I could carry mega speed down there, I might have been able to throw it up the inside of the hairpin and make something happen. But even then, I was too far back. Even if I make that corner with the speed I was trying to take, I think I would have been too far back. The Daytona is just way too good around this circuit. Ah, dear. I am kind of surprised, actually, that there is such big differences almost in car performance. After that first round where we all had... Well, certainly the top 4 or 5 had very similar lap times. We've come here as admittedly, a very different track. However, we've tended with silly cars to have silly good racing. This time out, I've had some fun with the Daytona, but that was more me making a nuisance of myself than anything. That one, we're going to hit the wall around that part, but I am miles quicker than anyone else in this field. So, yeah. Well, we are rounding the final quarters now. I held on for a while, it just wasn't quite long enough in this race. The Daytona is about to cross the finish line. Up ahead, we shall slide our way. I probably shouldn't do anything too stupid because third is still behind me. It does look like the MX-5, though, might finish in 4th place. Yeah, that is a mighty Daytona. The Nova will come home in 3rd ahead of... possibly the MX-5. There it is, sideways across the line. The MX-5 beats the Chevelle, beats the Bandura. They were all very close together, actually, so they were having a good fun battle further back. The Camaro does a little bit better. The Toyota FJ, not so much of a fan at this circuit. Mercedes struggled out here as well. Still, though, another good fun race. It is one apiece between me and the Dodge. It is back onto the dirt for our next race. Switchback Trail is a very, very technical rally stage. Starting from third place, I might even be able to get myself to the front before we get on to the dirt. That would be quite nice if I could lead the way onto the dirt section. The Daytona further back in the pack. Camaro does look like to have some pretty big tyres. Mercedes struggles big time off the line. The Bandura, the Toyota, gets a very, very quick start this time out. We are going to try and go around the outside of everybody. We have got pretty much where I wanted the car to be by the time we hit the dirt. We're being chased by the Ford. Now this first part, quite quick on this rally stage. The second section, I say the second section, really the main part of this course, we've got a lot of hairpins to be worried about and a big braking zone up here. I suspect we're going to see many cars in the wall at that point. The Ford is around the outside. I was trying to see where on earth that car was. He's done a really good job to make that move work. I'm going to go for a cutback, though, on the first of these hairpins. Yeah, could not get the car turned down that part. Highly surprising. All of these vehicles are going to struggle with getting these cars turned around such a nasty course. And then we've got this acceleration zone. This is where I'm hoping my Bel Air can come into its own. We saw how good it was on the opening race through the latter half of that cross-country circuit. Really hoping it will be put to good use because the Daytona is now up into second. The Ford has fallen back down into fourth. In fact, the Bandura is faring quite well here. Perhaps a little bit more weight in these cars, probably helping them find some grip. I've also given up with first gear. It's pretty useless at this moment in time. It is going to be the wheel spin gear. In fact, second gear is still going to be wheel spin gear. However, it is a tad bit more manageable in this course. We are on a little bit of a wonky trajectory across there. That is not a fun place to be. Now we're out of the worst of the hairpins. Now we go to still pretty tight corners, but they're a little bit faster, and then that just means that a little bit scarier for a car like this one. We've got a 3-second lead, which is quite nice, actually, at this moment in time. What can I do, though, down this part of the course? Come on, turn. Please turn. Thank you, car. The Bandura is still holding on in third place, which I think, if he can finish in third, that would be a hell of a feat out around this track. Just going to get it across the jump. Almost for a minute forgot I had gears going on in my car. I hadn't changed for so long. We were very nearly buzzing the limiter. Out of the final turn we go. The Bel Air is mighty impressive at this Switchback Trail. It will now be 2-1 to me over the Daytona. However, it is a second place. Almost exactly 4 seconds back for that Daytona. Well done to the Bandura. Keeping control of that thing. I love how much positions are changing around here at the moment. Close finish between the Nova and the Chevelle, but the Nova will take it. The FJ, is it going to be able to beat the MX-5? Yes, it is. Just, again, another close finish ahead of the Ford. Ford dropped to the bottom. Oh, everyone will finish with the Camaro just pipping the 280 SL. Oh, that was a good track. A very, very good track for my Bel Air, apparently. Yeah, and that was, wasn't quite expecting my car to be as good as that around those sections, but definitely working in the Chevy. I think we are going to have a wheel spin. Shall we see if we can get something exciting from this one. Fingers crossed. Ooh, if we could get a Horizon Edition car. That would be nice. No, it's gone. Oh, well, that's that then. At least my Bel Air's doing well. We are heading to my favourite of the rallycross circuits next, the East Bridge Scramble. A very technical rallycross track, this one. And Toyota is starting out at the front. We saw how quickly that got off the line in the previous race. That is definitely going to get to the first corner first. I'm starting alongside the Daytona. Which one of us is the better launching? It would be the Bel Air. The Bel Air will get to the inside of the Daytona. We see everything wiggling its way down towards turn 1 to get the move done on. I'm not even sure what it was. I think it might have been the Nova that I got past. I'm trying to stick to this tighter inside line at this moment in time. We're alongside with something. I think we're clear of the Ford. Right, the Toyota is leading the way. Unfortunately, I have a familiar yellow speck behind me, and we're both going to end up in the wall, and that yellow speck is going to draw alongside. Can I use the Toyota as a little bit of a block against the Daytona? Yes, I can, although I'm now going to be stuck on the outside. It's not going to matter because I'm going to get the pass done. Haha! Using the giant SUV as a pick is very useful sometimes, although it's not going to last long. I've got a Nova trying to get... I've got 2 yellow specks in the... not really specks in the rearview mirror, unfortunately. Uh-oh, we're going to get dive-bombed. I saw that one coming. Couldn't do anything about it. We're going to get shunted out wide and lose 2 places in that. Who can get their power down best? That would be the Toyota that is going to come flying past to take the lead into turn 1. He can't stop. The Nova will get a move done on the Daytona. I'm going to take that spot. Thank you very much. We shall have some Chevy teamwork, I think, right now going on, trying to fend off from the Daytona. I've just got so much more traction on this dirt than the cars around me. It is really impressive. From the Bel Air, I can't do anything there. The Nova is just filling the road with his defensive sideways tactics. Not going to matter though, because he's going to end up in the fence and fall back to second. If you want to help Team Chevrolet, if you could slow down a certain mighty winged car, that would help me out immensely, really. In this, please don't dive bomb me. I can see that car. I can get a little nudge, but that's all right. I can deal with that one. The Nova's actually got some pretty decent turning, although he's now going to be stuck trying to go a long way around here. You're not going to find much space on the inside there. That's not really helping. You're just really slowing us both down, and now a Daytona has come to join in the fun. You see, I'm getting on the brakes nice and early because I know I've got to try and get the car turned in, and I'm just going to get bully wide again. Bloody no. I'm going to put you in the wall in a minute if you're not careful. In fact, he's now gone into ghost mode where you're going to put yourself in the wall. This is where I can... Oh, I could. If the pissing Nova would get out of the way. I'm going to put you round in a minute. If you push me one more time, you are going in a wall somewhere. Because you've basically cost me the victory in that one from putting me out wide at turn 1. I got the traction out of the dirt corner and then just got blocked the entire way. No, I've got to get across because I actually got to go and make the checkpoint. Fortunately for me, at least, the Daytona is having its own issues at the moment. We've got to try and get a good run, into the hairpin at turn 1, or into the dirt section. If we can get a good run into the hairpin, that would help matters. No, look, you've put me in the wall enough times. I am coming through there. You can go and deal with the bridge. Basically, we've now got 2 laps. Sorry, I was going to say a lap. No, we've got 2 laps to chase down the Daytona. Now, if I can get a good run off the dirt section, we will maybe stand a chance. This is where we're so quick. We get a little bit of a helping hand from the Nova. Nova actually did very, very well this lap around in keeping with the Bel Air. Not much I can do down this part of the track, however. We're about to get dive-bombed. Yeah, there's only a little bit of a nudge. I saw it coming in the rearview mirror. I have plenty of Morse code going on. There's not going to be much orange paint left on the Bel Air. Please tell me I clicked that checkpoint enough. Good, we did. We have, though, closed up on the Daytona. The Daytona not liking this tight circuit. It was very good at the fast tarmac, or the faster tarmac stuff. Not so good at this tighter circuit. Oh, crap. I didn't even intend to go to the inside. There was just a gap appeared. Come on, get that traction down in the Bel Air. Here we go. We're racing up towards the start-finish line. It is final lap time once more. It has come down to me and the Daytona. It's around the outside into turn 1. It's not quite going to work. We're still there. We're still desperately clinging on for a possible way to make this move stick. Get that power down out of the dirt section. We are alongside on the dirt. I can't get a pass done here, though. There's just nowhere to go in the Bel Air. Around the outside up here is not going to work, I don't think. I was a little too early on the brakes, actually. Oh, I've got a windscreen full full of Daytona wing, but I can't find an opportunity. This might be it, though. We're going to get to the inside, get the car stopped, got a little bit of understeer wide, fill the apex of the corner, block the Daytona off as much as we possibly can as we now head up towards the hairpin. I cannot afford to run wide here. The Daytona's going to dive, but he's going to run wide on the exit. We're going for the cutback. Who has the acceleration? Who has the traction? It's going to be the Bel Air that takes victory number 3. What a final lap that one was. That was an incredible, incredible final lap battle between the Dodge. Oh, that is identical fastest laps between the Daytona and the MX-5. That's not bad going. And then there is a huge gulf back to the rest of the field. The 280, the Falcon, the Camaro. Toyota is a handful, I would imagine. Bandura down at the bottom. Well, me and Daytona are definitely having a very, very good fun time here. With these monstrous, monstrous cars. And my Bel Air is actually going really, really well. I think I might have picked the right car, and that is always, always good news. Well, we couldn't finish off this without taking on one of the most demanding of the cross-country circuits. This is an incredibly narrow, very, very bumpy, but has proved to be incredibly exciting tracks. We raced the Reliant Supervans around here. We took the race cars around this circuit. Both times has created an awfully close race. So, will it be able to do a similar thing here? Once more I start alongside the Daytona, possibly my main rival here, although the Bel Air has been seemingly pretty solid out in these off-road sections. Let's not end up inside of a car. That car's going to end up in the trees if he's not careful. The Toyota is in all sorts of difficulties off on the inside. I'm slightly worried about where on earth that's going to reappear. Ooh, we do not turn. We do not turn at all down at the bottom of the course. So we're going to be going a lot slower. Daytona's got a lovely big old lead going on at the start of this race. I find myself battling with an unlikely rival. We almost landed on the back of the Mercedes. Probably not be a pleasant experience as a driver in a convertible when you see a Bel Air flying through the air towards the rear of your car. Can't see a thing. There's a tree in the way. Although I think in all of that, we have actually got the pass now done on that Mercedes. And that gives me a few laps. We're not in probably, I don't know, is it going to be enough? We've got to catch at about a second a lap if we are going to be able to mount a challenge against the Dodge, or hope that the Daytona makes a mistake. And on this track, well, that is very, very easily done. I'm kind of sticking in third. Third seems to be a pretty good gear for getting traction in the Bel Air. Oh, it's this turn here that's really causing me issues. I think the Daytona, we saw it on the tarmac race. The Daytona fared a lot better with the, which is carrying the speed that I couldn't. And I suspect it might be a similar story here. While I have got perhaps a slight traction advantage, which helps out of the slower corners, when we get up to the more medium speed sections, which there are a couple around this track, that is where I lose out. And trying to cut through the traffic early on, I just haven't done a good enough job this time around. Because, yeah, we were relatively close. I probably lost half a second in that lap. But the Daytona, I think, might got himself into a little bit of trouble coming up this first part. Unless he makes a mistake, I'm not going to be quick enough, I don't think, to catch up to him. We are pulling away. In fact, the Camaro is doing pretty well out here. There was another car that did have some very, very large tyres on it, so that is no doubt helping a little bit with traction. We're almost coming up to lap some cars. The Falcon not doing so well out here in the jungles. Yeah, we're very, very evenly matched around here. Unfortunately, we're evenly matched, but I'm 4 seconds back. I just can't do anything to catch that Daytona. Unfortunately, not perhaps quite as an exciting final race as I would have liked. This track, it's not really the track's fault that's let me down. I've not been quick enough once I've got out of traffic to really do anything about catching the leader, who has now just pulled a few tenths on me this time around. unless he makes a mistake in these next few corners. I don't think there's anything that I can do, sadly, about catching the dodge. I've got to make sure that I don't now go for a spin and fall my way down the order. Yeah, so far we have had the same cars, first and second, in every race. If you want to have a 1,000 horsepower monster in C-Class, one of these two are the cars to go for by the looks of it. Indeed, we have caught up to, there has been one car go a lap down. We are going to cross the line in second place. The Daytona will claim victory. I did get fastest lap in all of that one. Yeah, had I been a bit closer, I'd done a better job at the start of getting through the traffic and not had that huge understeer moment, maybe you could have put up more of a fight. Vandura will come home in fourth place. A good show. The Vandura has done actually really, really well. What we expected to be one of the most difficult cars to drive here. The Vandura has done mighty fine. The Nova down in sixth ahead of the MX-5 Falcon Chevelle, and the Toyota down at the bottom is Toyota is a bit of a handful by the looks. However, that is going to be it for this video, guys. It was a lot of very, very good fun racing with these utterly bonkers cars. As I said, though, definitely the recommendation in terms of vehicle, the Bel Air or the Daytona, certainly a class above the rest of them. Between them, actually very evenly matched. But, we can get an MX-5. Against the rest of the field, they really are dominant. However, that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.